Britney Spears fans defend the star as nude photos spark mental health debate. This is a good time to have this one because I do believe that there's reason to be concerned here, mainly just because the behavior is fairly erratic for somebody who's that far along. Or
and what's ironic is that other celebrities show just as much, if not more, skin online as these photos show.
I think it's the way it's done that makes it.
Yeah, it's so hard to articulate like why this is why this is unnerving, but it's kind of just like the camera shots, like she's taking them on her own, like in her bathroom or something, and it's like low quality.
My main theory is that this is the reason it comes off so bad is because she's using like a 0 megapixel camera to take these pictures, and somehow that makes it feel weirder to me, like she's shooting it on like an iPhone 5.
The way she posted them on Instagram, they were like 3 different posts. They were all carousel posts, and each one had just one picture, the same exact picture, but with different preset filters put onto the picture. And it's just like, I don't know, like how...
Or maybe we're just so used to the polished image that celebrities present to us that when somebody is actually just a boomer...
You can say, like, that's just boomer tech and her being eccentric and expressing herself freely on social media. But it's also, like, you know that Britney uses Instagram quite a lot, and she knows how other people's pages look, and it just kind of communicates some kind of disjointed thought process or... lack of self-awareness.
I think part of it is that she doesn't look particularly healthy. Like in this, I'm seeing one of the photos.
She's also not going out of her way to do like a ton of makeup. She looks
she does have a ton of makeup on her eyes. Like she's got this really heavy dark eyeliner. Like if this is what you want to post, I mean, I'm not going to stop you, I guess. Like, there's a whole other debate over, like, whether or not we should like and encourage when women post, like, basically nude
like
photos.
Undignified.
Yeah, this is undignified. And also, like, so one of the tweets that comes up in this article, someone being like, I swear people forget that Britney was in prison, in a prison of her father's design for the past 13 years. She missed when we were all terrible at Instagram and used those tacky in-app filters. She's feeling herself, let her be. And it's like, well, when we were all doing that, at least a lot of us, we were like much younger. And if your argument is that she is going through a delayed puberty, like emotionally, she's like,
social media puberty.
This makes this worse, right? If you're saying that she's emotionally immature and therefore doesn't have the judgment to say, hey, maybe I shouldn't post this, then like it is worse that you're like,
then
leave
do you
her
have
alone.
The judgment to literally be like gestating a child right now? Like, if you are mentally decades younger than you actually are,
right? But like, it's too. Like,
I get
that
it's too late, but like,
deal.
Clearly, the guy that she's with did not take that into account. If that is the case,
I just think that like it's a weird argument to be like, she's just having like a rumspringa now that she's a free lady. Like she's bopping around, let her be. It's like, well, just because she is free doesn't mean that like. I don't know. We talked about this a lot when we've talked about conservatorships on the show, and like the function of conservatorships is to help. They're supposed to be temporary, and they're supposed to help whoever is in them get to a place where they can care for themselves, right? And it with Britney Spears, like if she wasn't famous and she didn't have the money, would she be ruled someone who is capable of making safe decisions? It's not like this is actually going to do anything to her career or anything bad, right? Like. She's posting this and like it's not a flattering photo, but like she did it anyways. It's just that like they're defending her as if she's like some, you know, newly sprung young teen, and like I wouldn't want a young teen to act this way. So you can't. I don't know where we stand on
what I am finding like the most disturbing about this is the attitude of like cheering it on and unquestionably.
All of these are super bad faith. They either fundamentally don't understand other people or they're bad faith in their arguments. My favorite one here, it says, why are people mad that Britney is able to express herself? Someone named Berenstein opined that it's because they, quote, hate autonomous women but frame it as concerned. Get the F out of here with your nonsense, dude.
Like, even if you have your legal autonomy back, that doesn't make you mentally free.
This is the result of people watching stuff like The Handmaid's Tale and thinking that everyone is like that in 2022.
I think part of it too is like she she doesn't need to post these photos, so why do it? And like to that extent,
That's just because you hate autonomous women.
See, I think it's true. I'm backwards and oppressed by the patriarchy. But like, I feel like didn't she just say, "Oh, I'm excited about my pregnancy. I'm gonna take an Instagram break," and now she's back and is like, "Look, I'm naked."
She's
like, is this
frequently announcing these short breaks and always comes back.
It's like a need for. I think to me, it's like a need for attention. Like she's gone, and then she's gonna get everyone's attention by posting these racy photos, and then she's gonna disappear again, and you know, it signals a level of like emotional development that like I can't help but equate it to like young teenagers.
One Twitter user pointed out that the reaction was nowhere near the same when Kim Kardashian famously posed for Paper magazine back in 2014. That the inability to understand that there's a difference.
Professional photo shoot.
Well, also people hated that photo. People were like, that photo got so much backlash in a lot of ways.
Are we talking about the break the internet photo?
Yeah, the break the internet.
Well, I personally did not hate that photo, but that's just my personal opinion. Sharing nude side-by-side shots of Spears and Kardashian, they wrote, so Kim Kardashian can do this, but Britney Spears can't. They're actually doing Britney Spears a disservice by posting these next to each other.
The way there's literally just no comparison between these.
That's either intellectual dishonesty on their part or a lack of understanding of how the world works.
Like, she just got her legal autonomy back. She has not accustomed to having independence at all, clearly.
Yep.
She's not emotionally mature to like what her age actually is.
Well, and like let's remember she has like teenage children, teenage boys who are like going to school, and this is what their mom is posting.
Yeah, I mean, imagine being them.
Look at this, where they say they compare it to other female celebrities who have posed nude, and they're all professionally taken photographs.
I mean, I would argue that just because they're professionally taken doesn't mean it's like
I think all of it is like lacking dignity, but
I'm not talking about the dignity. I'm talking about the
conversation about her mental health, not that.
The mental capacity to be able to organize a photo shoot, do the photo shoot, receive the photos, decide when to post them,
and be paid for them
is a level of self-awareness and skill that does not come through when you're just posting your own photos on your Instagram in a haphazard and
also like did she put these on a timer and take her own photos? Did her like fiance take these photos? Like
I think she said it was like a selfie stick or something, but like
it's so weird.
But like
she hires somebody to take bad photos, like can you make them intentionally bad? Maybe Sam Asghari is just a really bad photographer.
He's not an Instagram boyfriend. He hasn't had to be.
One of her captions said she took it herself.
That's like that. That's kind of the thing, like, right? It feels very frenetic and disjointed and very. I don't know how to put it into words.
People are like dishonestly responding to this as if there's some kind of like purity spiral about her not being modest enough on Instagram, when literally that was not part of any of the concern.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not about the modesty so much
so
as just like the erraticness of her behavior, and especially on social media. I would hate to be her teenage kids right now. Like that must be rough.
Can you imagine?
Like, she's literally carrying a child right now, and like how, what kind of level of judgment does this guy she's with have if he is planning on literally starting like
a family with her?
His first child with this woman who is just not even like mentally present.
It says Britney Spears photo dump of the last time I was in Mexico before there was a baby inside me. Why the heck do I look 10 years younger on vacation? That part could be boomer, that she just didn't realize she was posting the same photo over and over again.
She knows though. She uses Instagram all the time.
Do you remember when like nude leaks like this used to like be scandals, and Disney Channel would have to like recover their stars from it? And now Britney is like, me too, I'm in it.
My teen daughters said that this looks forced. Please explain. This isn't normal behavior. Another one added. I also love I hate reading when people like pretend like they have relationships with celebrities in Instagram comments, when they use phrases like, oh my goodness, honey. Like, you don't have the relationship with this person to be able to
condescending familiarity.
Yes.
Talk.
Well, it's also, I mean, a lot of it like comes across as like fake concern, almost like concern trolling, but it's like weird celebrity cultish worship trolling or concern, you know, like they're like, I'm so worried about you. I'm like, are you really losing any sleep?
I like this one. One fan suggests that Britney Spears should keep the explicit shots for an OnlyFans account, right? At least make an OnlyFans page. I love Britney, but she's got 2 big boys who can see this. Like,
Hey, modern problems require modern solutions, as Dave Chappelle once said.
So like disheartening.
It
What kind of world are we living in?
This is the one I was talking about. So you don't have to post these, honey. I almost want her to post them just because this lady doesn't want her to. That's how much I hate people who talk like that.
See, I don't want her to post these because, like, have some self-respect.
And to me, it's not even about self-respect. It's about self-respect.
But that's besides the point from the mental health debate.
Yes, I'm worried more that it's the way it's the way she's going about it that makes it concerning about her mental health. And we're speculating here based on, secondhand evidence. But
she has been in the public eye since she was prepubescent. Do you think she has a healthy relationship with attention?
No.
It's pretty obvious that she does not.
I think she...
So do you guys
has she examined her own motivations enough to know how social media can serve her?
No,
rather than other people.
She is used to being validated as a sex object, and that needs to be something that it's really hard for her to break, is what it seems like for me. And in some ways, this is sort of like an attempt to validate how she's feeling about herself. Right?
So does this make you second guess the need for conservatorship?
It's really because the conservatorship was pushing her further into this unhealthy relationship with attention because they were forcing her to work, which is basically slavery.
And we don't know like what kind of therapist she was seeing. We don't know what kinds of diagnosis or access to like if a conservatorship keeps her dependent, but she's working, like she's well enough to work and make money for the team, but not in a place that she is able to develop independence, then the conservatorship should have ended.
I mean,
right?
This behavior doesn't bode well for. I mean, it's been relatively a short time since she got out of this conservatorship. She should be watching her behavior more to to stay in the independent state she has, because the people who were supposedly supposed to take care of her when she was in the conservatorship were abusing her.
Yep.
And using her as a cash cow.
So the question, me, who tends to be very much on the line of like, yeah, look, she's an adult. Is she paying her bills? Is she taking care of other aspects of her life? Can she get her own groceries? Can she feed herself? Can she drive from point A to point B? Can she live a life on her own? I don't know if that necessarily
She likely doesn't have to worry about any of that because of her money.
So the question is, do we have the right to impose on this based on our own personal opinions on what we think this means? Do I have the right to tell her that she doesn't have a right to her own body, even if I think that what she's doing is
she can do whatever she wants. Like, none of us are going to stop her, but I don't have to consent to it. I don't have to hold it up as like, oh, it's a purity spiral. No, I think this is a weird way to behave. I would not want my friends to act this way. I would not want my sisters to act this way. I think that it's a signal that something is wrong. I don't have to support this.
I think people are in like major denial because they wanted a happy ending to the whole Free Britney thing, and it didn't happen.
That's so. I mean, to me, I guess maybe because I'm the most libertarian. It's just
not
like
a question of libertarian. I'm not saying somebody arrest her, but like I think it's so easy for people who have libertarian tendencies to hide behind this, like, oh, well, I just think she should act however she wants. Sure, but like. We don't have to say that like the way they're behaving.
Where's the compassion in that?
I'm not saying you have to hold it up as an ideal behavior. I'm not even saying you have to like it or any of that. I'm just saying, is it something that if people are saying she's in need of help, I say, what help? Who provides the help? Is the help forced on her, or does she have to go seek it on her own? Are the questions that I would want answered.
Well, those are like the pragmatic things that I guess she has to find the answers to herself. Yes. But I'm just saying, like,
call me a pragmatist.
Merely bringing up the fact that it is concerning is actually the compassionate thing to do, and the live and let live attitude, I'm tired of it. Like, that's not compassion. That's not caring about somebody.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same thing.
Like, meet people where they're at, yes, and like care about them enough not to leave them there.
Thoughts?
What?
Thoughts?
Oh, I've been giving my thoughts for like an hour here. I mean, I think that Britney Spears is probably not a stable person, and I'll never meet her in person likely. I'll never be in charge of making decisions for her, nor would I want to be. But I think this like, oh, you guys are upset because you don't appreciate a grown woman doing whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Like, that's clearly not what's going on.
There's
And to be
social
like
rot there.
fully
oh,
red
well,
herring.
she should be able to do it. Like, sure, I guess, but I get to sit here and say, like, I think something's wrong. I'm not gonna follow her. I'm not gonna like her content. I'm not going to write about this because I don't want to feed into whatever's going on. I'm not gonna participate as much as possible.
And
Well, I'm gonna write about it.
I think that the consistent behavior like this has fueled that debate more frequently. When it first happened, right after she got out of the conservatorship, people kind of laughed it off. It's moved slowly in the direction of maybe it's time to start being concerned about where she's going. And I think those are fair questions to ask. So we will see. We will definitely keep track of this. I know that Mary will enjoy following this case very astutely.
Yes.
Yes. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.